As we jump into that all-important last game, welcome everybody. It's been a long set. It's at the final hurdle. It's game number 5 of this series between Dogao and Fire, and we start this game as a Huns war. End it like we started it. Who is really the best champ in this set of series? Oh, it's just so annoying. It's like this sort of like I don't know what this circle thing is. It keeps coming up now for some reason. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway. Huns war it is, and for in the blue we got TyRanT Fire here as he puts to try and find his sheep. He's got one on these town centre now, but he's got some woodline to the right hand side here. Got one on the right hand side. He's got berries up on the front here, right next to his deer actually, which is 2. Wow, I rarely see a 2 deer patch. There must be a third somewhere. As he didn't push it in now. Might be bugged out somewhere, or I don't know. But there's a 2 deer patch which I barely see. On the left-hand side of the map, though, he's got his secondary goal, his main stone, and his main goal there towards the back of the map. But you can say it's the back of the map, but to me, when I look at where Dogao's base is, it's kind of somewhat in parallel. So it's not really at the back, but it's okay. It's not too shabby. You can get a TC on it. If there's a TC around here, you can actually sort of cover the stone too. So not too shabby, actually. Also on the left-hand side, you can actually easily wall this section up if you really feel like doing it. And that will also protect the main goal to some degree. On the top here, a big plateau with a secondary stone. He starts to push in those 2 deer. So interesting map so far. It's not the worst, not the best map I've ever seen. The berries in particular actually are fairly quite far away, but it's not not the be all and end all of a map. Having a look in the red. Actually, I'm gonna tab out and tab back in. That's annoying me. All right. In the red though, we do have Dogao here, and his map. We've always got main goal on the front here of his base where his woodline is. And then secondary goal too. Fairly close to the woodline though, so again, if he really wants to get a TC along here, or maybe in between the 2 goal piles, then go for it. In the back of the map, he does have some berries and 2 boars in fact, actually, of course, naturally. I thought he had taken one by now, but I'm just being too ahead of myself. To the south of TC, he's got another woodline to go to, and of course to the back of the map, to the north of TC, we have his main stone here with another woodline, which again, he can actually quite nicely wall here, to be fair. Might see him do that. I think that's pretty much it. There we go. First ball now. First ball, second ball, no, first ball now coming in there from Dogao. So I am just not paying attention right now. I'm just looking at the chat. I was like, what the hell's going on between Dude and Homer's Erect? Yeah, Homer's. I was going to say the rest of that name. Oh dear. Alright, so I'm going to make up middle, of course. Nothing else to be really talking about, really, is there? I feel like this is going to be a really important hill, actually. When we talk about the game later on, this plateau on the hill, or whatever you want to call it, it's actually going to be a really key area. It's right in between both players. There's a secondary stone there for Fire, which might be quite useful for those extra castles. There's also, it provides a lot of channel routes. You can go down from here to harass. You can go along here to harass or whatever. There's also extra gold here, which you need to take as well. And also being there relic. So this, I think, might be a key focal point for the later game if we get there. I feel, anyway. Actually, Dogao could have picked up those 2 sheep from Fire. Fire hasn't found those 2 sheep. In fact, he's actually going along to try and scout out Dogao, who's bringing in that second ball now. All good in the hood, it seems. There's no village just lost. Right, Fire's actually 1 vill less. Did he get Loom? Oh, he actually got Loom. Fire got Loom. Interesting. Next ball coming in for Fire. It's quite a long ball. I think it's behind that wood line, so definitely worthwhile to get that Loom, I think. So, fair play. God, just wait for this game to start getting interesting. Let's see. The next ball comes in. I just talked about that already. See, that's how like a bit like, oh god. Dark Ages, man. Dark Ages. Dogao, no sheep has still been scouted out just yet. This deer can actually be easily taken if Fire wants to do so. Just push it in, just nudge it in towards the berries with his scout. But his scout seems pretty busy actually trying to find out where Dogao is actually. He knows he's around his subway, he sees this stone, and he sees the berries. He must see the berries there and think that's where he is. Actually, why didn't... He might not want to go through to here, he might think it's a TC like here or something, but it's okay, it's fine. Not too sure why it would be here, but this would be so close, but still. Let's take a bit more of a safe approach, and he's going to come around through the middle instead. I want to see what he's seeing. Dogao, first one to click up, actually he's going to go again. 20 pops, standard stuff, but of course with Fire getting, you know, actually going to go 23 pop. Oh, but Dogao's running into the TC. Ooh, just in the nick of time, you'll get away with that. Looks like Fire, him too, will. $23 pop from Fire. I think it's the slower start that he had, maybe. He's decided to do something a bit different. So I only got one on the farm as well. Maybe he's going to go for something like a 4... No, that's deer. That's hunters. He's going for a forward. Ooh, okay. So it looks like Fire's going to pay the returns to Dogao after last game. It's like, okay, you forwarded me. Time to have a bit of your own medicine, it seems. But will Dogao actually spot that out? He's actually on the way back to his own base, and he might catch this out, but oh, he goes around the left-hand side instead. So this forward will be unnoticed. Oh, and the uptimes aren't too bad, like 30 seconds difference, which of course explains the build difference, of course. And Dogao has absolutely no idea. And oh my god, he's putting the barracks down right there. Really close to Dogao. This is bold here from Fire. As he puts the stable down, okay, we need to see on his... Oh my god, he doesn't see it. He's literally 2 tiles away from a barracks being placed down by Fire. Oh my god. Stable up, the barracks will be up just in the nick of time as Fire hits the feudal his own scout joining the party too. Now we see the archer range be popped down, and so there's Dogao. He does scout out the forward, and he's right next to that stable. That's incredible. In fact, that's... could be a bit of an issue, because that could be walled up pretty easily, to be honest. I think it's a quick spearman out or two. We're already seeing a couple of palisade balls being dropped here by Dogao. What is Fire's next move? He can put a tower down right on the front, or is he going to try and wall it up? I'm really curious what he'd be trying to do here. I think he's actually going to try and wall it up. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's going to try and wall up everything here and just make this entire thing redundant. With the 2 spears forward, he can't stop this. He'll be lucky to get, yeah, any more scouts out after this one. Oh, and 1 scout goes down for Dogao. Oh, the pressure is real as he loses 1, and the spearmen are just pushing forward. Quick palisade walls, of course, keep this woodline somewhat protected. He might need to do some wallings here. Maybe, oh, well, I don't know, everywhere, basically, to keep this safe in case any towers pop up behind. But this will get fully walled up. He stops making any scouts now. That's no longer can be no longer required. And he's completely locked off the main goal as well because it's just too much at this point. He's got no back goal to rely on either. He can put an archer range down to start getting some skirmishes out, but it's just messy. At the same time, though, he is going to try and send some scouts to try and do some harassment at Fire's eco, but he's got Spearman already back at hand, and 2 scouts, 1 being semi-injured, means that they really can't do enough, I don't think. Now here we go, here comes that tower probably being popped down by Fire. He's going to try and do it straight on this woodline. Will Dogao try to counter tower? I don't think he will. I think he's going to try and just give up and just go to this woodline instead, and save the stone for a tower for another day. Pressure is on. And that Spearman there actually takes out 1 scout, and he will take out the other one too. Champion Spearman. Looks like he did lose a villager, but to be honest, that's a decent trade. I would take that every day, especially when you're forwarding like that as well. It relieves the pressure very well. Sends another Spearman back just in case. And that tower will go up, take him off the woodline as well, and will allow him away inside to his base too. You might see Dogao do some further wallings close to his TC. Dogao has done what I thought he would do, and that's wall his own villager in, as well as walling in the rest of the setup. But yeah, he's going to try and poke his way through this palisade wall with those villagers here. Not sure how effective that's going to be. I think Dogao might be able to stop that from happening. So though Dogao's not particularly panicking at this point, he's still got a couple of skirmishes inside his range. He is also 3 villagers up, so bear that in mind. He's just going to try and poke on 3. Oh, but could be a little bit too late here. Palisade down, but I think it just came up in good time. In the nick of time. I mean, what I mean by that is like in terms of actual decent amount of HP. Now putting further and further palisades behind. Maybe if you just do some stone walls here. I mean, that would just be better. Because the tower's not going to be able to stop the stone walls coming up, so. He has got stone, I believe, at the back. Yeah, he's got stone at the back there to take from. For now, Dogao is okay. He's not completely GG. Double layer of palisades. Quick field count once more. 34 villagers out for Dogao, the 31 for Fire. Just got the 31 actually, to be fair. 14 military coming out from Fire 2, and Dogao just on 8. But I think he can hold this relatively okay. Is, however, Fire on stone. Yep, he's definitely on stone. 3 on stone. That means no towers will be popping up anytime soon. He's actually taking... Nope. In fact, he's changed tack. Instead of using those villas to build a tower, he's going to click to the gold instead and start mining. Probably for some archers or so. Maybe Dogao wants to maybe get a tower here just to make sure there's no towers coming up here, and to stop from any harassment from the skirmishers. I think he's okay. Amazingly. Now Blacksmith starts to pop down. Now we're seeing a scout cavalry. 2, in fact, from Fire. Now switch to scouts. It's a good reaction, actually, knowing the fact that Dogao will probably go into skirmishes. The scouts is a good option. This is now getting to the stage where I feel like that Fire is just 1 step ahead currently than Dogao is. And he can't make any spearmen either because his barracks is completely walled up too, so... Just well played by Fire. This could get a little bit messy. As the Fletching now starts to come in. Now the lumber camp looks trying to be put up here from Dogao. I think what he's going to try and do, Fire, is maybe just try and massive a couple more, maybe get the bloodlines, and then just start just charge in. With the bloodlines, that make it just a huge difference, really. Dogao now getting wheelbarrow as he just try and push out now with these skirmishes, unknowingly. The fact that Fire does have a good amount of scouts here. I'll be curious to know. Oh god, here we go. He's baited him in, and now the scouts are going to get to work as they start to try and chip away. But it looks like Dogao might just get back to his base in a decent amount of time. There's some walls to the archery range here, to the wood line, basically towards TC. He'll make sure that those scouts just can't just run on through. A couple of skirmishes did go down in the process, but overall, not the worst that could have happened. Now tower comes down from Dogao. He hasn't got on stones. This is his only tower that he will be able to have for quite some time. And he decides to put it on this woodline here, which is fair enough. As a tower actually comes up from Fire. There we go. If I was waiting for a tower to come up there, took him off his woodline here. We'll later on take him off there too. So he has to relocate. He has to put a tower up here for sure. And this will do as well. Okay, against the this scout skirm, just find a little bit more DPS that he desperately needs actually in this situation. Now he's got a stable up of his own, a second one in fact, after his first one, again, did get walled up. Now we're seeing a couple of spearmen even forward. Again, Fire is just literally on point. He knows that there'll probably be some scouts in reaction from Dogao, so he decides to get some spearmen producing once more. He might need to wall this section up though, because what we're seeing here right now is Fire going around this side and go straight through this beautiful gap. And try and raid from there, because this tower won't protect all the wood line. Dogao does notice though. I think he sees it from the tower though, from the line of sight. Might be able to spot that one out. And so by that, sends his army over here. Good reactionary play. This tower though, doing a little bit of disruption to the eco, as now we see the scouts move on in. Still no bloodlines just yet though. That's what he really needs, because that skirm army is pretty big. I know they don't do much damage against scouts, but with that number, it's not too shabby. Especially the fact that Fire hasn't got that many skirmishes, really. It's not an awful amount. And in fact, Dogao actually got a bit more military in the field. 25, 22. There we go, looking for engagement right now, but in they come, the scouts. He has to back off, for sure. Gonna try and kite his way back and kills one scout in the process. Could find a second one if he's lucky, but not his day. In fact, loses 2 skirmishes in the process. This small little mound here could be nice. It would provide a nice little bit of surface area for him to bunch up the units, which is what he's going to try and do, I think. Yeah, just stick this little bit of mound here. Now he's got a few scouts of his own, though, and I think he's actually got better numbers in this equation. And at the same time, though, Fire's putting a tower up behind that wood line. And here we go. Here's a big fight. This could be a decisive fight right now as the scouts basically get to work. No bloodlines by the player, but definitely a few more scouts from Fire here as he does clean up all the scouts from Dogao. But at the same time, there's a lot of skirmishes doing a lot of damage here. I'm going to focus down the rest of the units. There's a spearman there trying to get involved on that scout. Does pick it off, actually. And Fire does win that engagement. Still a large amount of skirmishes. Now another stable gets popped up. The tower does go up in the end and will again force Dogao off that lumber line. That's such a pain in the backside. And now another tower again pops up. He's got to try and find yet another lumber line to go to as this fight continues. But I feel like maybe Fire's slowly running out a little bit of steam. There's just so many skirmishes here. And yeah, there's a couple of scouts popping up here and there, but there's just so many skirmishes. This is crazy. Dogao is actually coming back into this game, I feel. This tower's going to get denied as well, even though this tower's actually doing most of the job here. Now, we're even seeing Dogao sending some villas out to try and take this tower down. A lot, in fact. But these 2 quick stone walls have reduced the surface area, so you can't get so many villas behind it. And in fact, those units in the tower, probably villagers, or whatever, starting to pick up a couple of villagers here and there. Fire is the first to click up to the castle age as well. And with the villagers only really being 4 difference too. In fact, that I don't think Dogao will be able to get up at any time soon, just because of the fact that he's been off gold all game. He will get this. Oh, and there's a cheeky villager there, just trying to bug it out. Looks like you will take that out in the end. But this is causing again a lot of eco disruption here for Dogao, and actually losing a couple of villas in the process. Deletes a stable there, by the way, just to make sure he doesn't make any scouts in that stable by accident. Which is fair enough. This tower will go down. We'll get back onto that lumber line very soon. As right now, it looks like the aggression is now turning up for Dogao. He's got the 4G, he's also got the +1 also done. He can't afford again the bloodlines because he hasn't been on gold. So he's going to do as best he can with what he's got as... Well, actually, to be fair, Fire's... Oh, I keep saying actually, sorry. But to be fair, Fire is so open. And he's trying to put a tower up with 1 villager, but that's not going to go up anytime soon. There's so much army right now from Dogao, 29 military. And yes, no bloodlines, but with +1 armor and a +1 attack, they can start ripping some villages apart, and the spearman won't be any use. In fact, he did get the forging, so it does a little bit more damage. He is on gold, and I think it's just a little bit too late though for Dogao, as the castle is coming in shortly. Then the knights will start to come out and rip those skirmishes. Now he's finally desperately getting onto that gold. How is Dogao looking at resources as well? I think he has to commit for this now. I don't think he'll be able to get up anytime soon. Has to send the skirmishes straight away out to try and pick away at these spearmen, because these scouts aren't really doing anything. Embrace the actually. Yeah, I'll embrace it. Another step trying to get popped down there by Fire, but this skill will be denied. The tower does go up, which is actually quite nice. Will protect those villagers quite well. The spearman getting involved there too, and actually, that was destructive. He lost a couple of scouts there quite cheaply. And now the scale binding armor being done, and Fire is going to start pumping out those knights, and with that unstable bonus, they're coming out rapido. Thursday will get put up very soon. Dogao is, well, he's got the food economy to try and click up with, but the problem is that he's just been off gold all game. This is such a pain for him. He's going to put down some barracks and start making those spearmen, of course. He's got to try and protect himself somehow. Picks off the rest of those pesky spearmen that they are. And we'll try and harass what we can with those skirmishes, but they're all going to get chopped down by those knights. There's no saving them. With +1/+1, no bloodlines as yet from Fire. How is he looking on those resources? Well, he's got plenty of food again, but the gold's a little bit short, if you ask me. Got a few idle vills there, it seems, as well, from the skirmishes in general. Dogao now getting scale mail armor. Going to buff up those spearmen. And he is going to pretty far away. Maybe try and click up very soon. But he is producing quite a lot of spearmen. From 2 racks so far. Maybe might use like 3 or 4. But the problem is, he's making those spearmen, and that's just delaying his own uptime. And that's a real issue there, because the knights are going to clean this up pretty easy anyway. They're just not big, and haven't got enough mass. And they're just going to be out-teched and just outgunned basically in these numbers. So they're going to get absolutely wrecked here. The gold villagers, yeah, GG. That's how you end it. Great game there. What a game. Well played by Fire there. Bit of taste of his own medicine straight towards Dogao after being forwarded from the previous game. And that was really smart, just warning up to stay over the barriers and just putting all that pressure. All the goal was completely off for him. He could have actually taken this gold here on the left-hand side. If he scouted it maybe or not. Did he scout the gold? I can't see anymore. But, there you go. Unfortunately, that is how it went. And there we go. Fire is the winners. And I predicted that Fire would win it 3-2. So, that is, I'll tell you what, I should be an oracle. Kappa. But, yeah, great series. I mean, such good games. Different strategies, variety, a couple of, cock-ups, but that's just how it goes. All round good AOC 11. And, have a look at those achievements. 64 for 30 for Fire. That's mainly because of those skirmishes he just destroyed at the end. Large army being 32 for Dogao. Again, most of it being skirmishes. Probably a slight overcommittance, but you could argue about that one. I think you had to do what you had to do. So, considering again, more resources collected by Fire on the food and wood because he wasn't making any gold at all, unlike Fire, which explains the difference in numbers there. Technology-wise, again, nothing much to see there. And society, yeah, more bills for Dogao because he didn't click up and generally, for one thing. And I think, yeah, that's just how it went. That's how the cookie crumbles.